It's the latest shocking trend on the rise, as a recent report revealed that nearly half of women received a sexual photo sent to their phone that they didn't ask for in the past year.
Well, now a new campaign is calling for the practice known as cyber flashing to be made a crime. And we're joined now by Karen Wybrow, who has had her own horrific experience. And good morning to you. Thanks for bringing this, because I think it's a really important subject to highlight. So, first of all, cyber flashing is when a person is sent an unsolicited sexual image on their phone by a stranger nearby through social media, messages or other sharing functions such as airdrop. People are often targeted by cyber flashing through airdrop on public transport due to the technology's short range, and there is currently no law which directly addresses cyber flashing in England and Wales, although it has been illegal in Scotland for the last 12 years. So this is very much a thing. This is something that happened to you only 4 weeks ago. Explain what happened.
So I have a few examples of what's happened to me, but probably the most relevant one is an image that was sent through to me on Instagram. So my Instagram account was public. I use Instagram a lot for work. And I had a message come through, and it was quite early in the morning as well. And I was saying as well that, you know, normally my 5-year-old would actually be sat next to me, possibly in the morning. You know, first thing you do, check your messages, see what's going on social media. And there was, you know, an explicit image that just popped up straight away in my inbox. So that's kind of one incident.
How did you feel when you opened it?
I was a bit kind of shocked. And I think you feel like someone's imposing something on you that you
don't want.
Yeah, you don't want. So it is intrusive, definitely. And it kind of it makes you feel definitely like there's a kind of arrogance there that they think that you want
it's power,
to see this.
Isn't it, in a way?
Yeah.
Well, we were talking about this item yesterday, and it was amazing how many female members of our team had this happen to them, and really very persistently, sitting on a tube, and then sort of someone wants to share an image, no. Back again, no. With you knew who it was.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure I knew who it was. So that was on a tube a few months ago in the summer, and I kept getting an airdrop request come up, and someone wants to share an image with you, and I was rejecting it. The tube wasn't that busy either, you know, so I started thinking, I'm going to actually look around and see if I can work out who this is. And
because the distance is actually quite short for airdrop, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So I clocked that it was the guy kind of sat diagonally opposite me, because he was sort of doing something on his phone and then looking back at me to see my reaction.
And that's the horrible thing. Somebody's watching you. So what we're essentially talking about is somebody's offering you something and you're saying no.
Yes.
And they're ignoring that.
Yeah.
So we're talking about consent here.
Absolutely.
So this is like the line of consent is being blurred.
Yeah.
And just because it's existing in a cyber world, the impact you have is very real.
Yes. You know, with this campaign, we really want digital flashing to be the same as flashing. It doesn't matter if it takes place in person on the street or whether it takes place over social media, airdrop, however it's done, you know, it should be considered the same crime as flashing.
It's considered, and these are your words, you know, it's normal for many younger members of the community now who will get something, laugh, comment on it, and move on, who don't take it in that way. And that is also a scary step forward, isn't it?
I think so. I think, you know, as women, we're pretty good at brushing off certain behaviours of men towards us. And you do get to a point, especially the older you get as well, you do get to a point where you start to sort of treat it just with an eye roll, you know, and, oh, that's happened again. And I think that happens, and then when you've got children of your own and you start to think about actually the impact that's having on younger women, you know, at 42 I've got the maturity that I can process that, and if I want to, I can challenge it.
But, on the tube, that when you were pretty sure that it was the guy diagonally opposite you who was attempting to get into your phone, were you not tempted to go, sorry, is this you?
Yeah, I think I've been asked that a few times, and I think the issue of that is you really don't know what that reaction's going to be. You know, it's the same as a guy shouting at you on the street. You know, do you challenge it and run the risk of something worse happening? And can you trust the people around you to actually back you up? You don't always know, you know, especially in London where there's eyes down, you know, and everyone's not necessarily... People
don't want to get involved.
Yeah.
So you are actively campaigning now to make cyber flashing illegal, and you're working at Bumble, the dating app. They've revealed that 48% of 18 to 24-year-olds have been victims of cyber flashing. flashing. They actually have the technology, don't they, that
They do.
pixelates any
Yes.
images that may be causing distress to somebody.
Yeah, obviously this happens on dating apps as well. And with Bumble, you know, they've always kind of put women first in terms of how it works. So they already have the AI in there, like the private detector, which basically, if someone does send an image, it automatically detects it and it blurs it, and then you have the option to accept it, reject it or report it.
Right.
So in terms of, you know, the huge social media platforms that we have and, you know, how powerful they are, we don't think it's unrealistic that those platforms could also have this kind of software in place.
It does seem, as Harley pointed out very early on in this, it seems extraordinary that it's been illegal in Scotland for 12 years. But it's not illegal in England and Wales now.
Yeah.
Until you manage to accomplish something here, what are the best ways to do it? Do you get on the tube and turn your Bluetooth off?
I mean, I would start by saying that it's really unfortunate that we live in a society where women have to change their behaviour because of the behaviour of some people. But the things you could do to protect yourself, yes, you could change even just the name that you might have your phone as so that you're not as identifiable, possibly. You could turn your AirDrop off.
Or to contacts
or
only.
to contacts only. But I think with contacts only, you might still get some kind of notification or something happens there. So there's still ways that, yeah, people can obviously do this. And obviously, if you're using social media for work, as I do, you don't want to put everything to private because you need it to be public.
Neither should you have to.
And neither should you have to. But yeah, there's certainly things you can do to try and prevent that happening. But I think as well, if it becomes law, we're sending a really clear message about consent. We're sending a black and white, this is acceptable, this isn't. And also we're putting a process in place for younger people so that they know they can report and they will be taken seriously and listened to.
Well, good luck with it.
Thanks,
It's an important one. It really is. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you very much. Right, in just a moment, he's one of the busiest men in showbiz, John.